Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the CCL Season 2 playoffs. Today we have UCLA versus Longhorn Gaming. Going to be a heck of a match. We're hopping into Game 2 here, because Game 1 was played a little bit ahead of time. But I am AJ Cannon, and I am joined by...
Hi, I'm Ryan Calypso. I'm super excited to get into this. Longhorn and UCLA, both very solid teams that have shown today, and this is going to be the match to decide who makes it to Day 2. So whoever wins this match is going to be heading into Day 2 in loser's bracket. Whoever doesn't is out.
Yeah, and so on the team of UCLA, we actually have Balex subbing in for Water Fury, who could not make it, apparently. And so in Game 1, we actually saw the Longhorns took it, which I was not expecting personally, but kudos to the Longhorns for taking that. I mean, 3Z, Breezy, and Gramella are not players you just walk over. So really well done by them in Game 1. Looking forward to see how that happens in Game 2, if they sweep out the series, or if we can get that actual full Game 3 set. Because I know that UCLA, they can do some magic. They got some skills.
Yeah. UCLA has been super dominant throughout the regular season, and Longhorn's kind of been a bit of a sleeper pick. They've been punching well above their weight class today and through the season entirely. Like, there's some players who don't have quite the same level of recognition that Gramella and 3Z might have, but they've been able to clearly show that they've been able to hold their own against players of that caliber.
Yeah, and
it's going to be very interesting
to
watch.
Definitely more than held their own. So, looking forward to that. To briefly cover the stats from Game 1. In Game 1, UCLA scored but a single goal throughout the entire time. So it was a sweep in sets, not a total flawless game, but not an easy game either.
No. And moving into Game 2 on Atlas Lab, we're going to see a Now and Juno ban coming out. Looks like Mr. Flambeau's hovering the rune. They've been shown to be quite effective on that earlier today. Notably, in the first match of the day, they knocked out UTD Meteorites with that rune.
Wow. Now, rune is definitely a pick that you don't really see as often, but when you see it, it's usually on someone who is very confident on that rune. So I don't have the stats in front of me, but I imagine rune has one of those like surprisingly high win rates. Not because he's necessarily the greatest character, but because the people who play him well. So definitely something to look forward to there.
Yeah, it looks like we had an extra special fight or flight start. So we're going to be seeing some extra ultimates coming out.
Yeah. Fight or Flight is also one of those that's really good on so many different characters. That's actually a bit of a hard pick sometimes. But it is both very, very solid awakenings there, so it'll be good to see how they use them in this first set. So far, one barricade going down on UCLA's side for the side of Longhorn Gaming. And so
Flambeau holding down.
They have the lead for now. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, Flambeau able to just use Rune to delay that first barrier from being taken for quite a while. Able to let Maple Leaf come up with some more cooldowns. Able to hold the other one.
Yeah, you see Gramella looking very low there, but does manage to pick up the health orb there. Black Hole gets exploded to clear the field there. Luna dashing across the top there. The Azure primary sinks it just around the rune thing. And we have a Banish going out to pause the game there. 3Z takes a hit from the Zentaro dash, but barrier goes down. Flambeau able to secure that. Use the Corpse Nano to get it through. The Luna ult is not... Thankfully doesn't hit it backwards there, but almost did. And 3Z takes that first barrier. Corpse right in front of the goal. Safety, Rune Pillar not necessary. But that rocket from 3Z sinks it down there right to the bottom, right behind that anomaly. So well played by 3Z there.
Yeah. Perfect tangent around the Rune Pillar there. Game gets really scary with these characters in overtime because Rune Pillar's pink without any additional awakenings. And we also see just like, as we saw, the rockets just able to send at ludicrous speeds across the map. Able to find like some barriers that you might not expect to get taken, and even find a core speed kind of cheese goal, if you would.
Yeah, and especially as well in overtime, it's a lot harder to really follow the core But these players are doing an excellent job of that. With those red cores, it is so difficult to do something on your own. You have to rely on your teammates to catch the cores, because you're probably not going to be able to reposition to get it. As I say, the 2 barricades go down on the side of UCLA. Goal is open. Longhorn Gaming potentially going to strike back. Core flip out of Grimella gets a double barricade. Now both goals are open. And Nicky Middleton is just going to send it right down the bottom there with the Zentaro primary. The second hit of it just going right through Asher. So holding off the the color there for a second, that was just really well played, and we tie it up 1-1.
Yeah, Longhorn's definitely been shown that they can handle it like under the pressure of like overtime and core speeds. They've just kind of been able to be in the right spot when they need to be and able to find these kind of cheeky angles that get around Balix on the Asher.
Now we see 2 barricades going down, only 1 on side of UCLA, so they're still strong for now. Asher ult is going to get just absorbed by that Zentaro's core flip. Luna ult comes out. The Zentaro is elusive, but the core is not, so it's going to hit it backwards. Black Hole there almost kills 3ZB off the edge of the map, and Nicky Middleton able to shove through the barricade, but dies for that service. The Anomaly is going to be able to keep it on the side of the map for a little bit longer. Flambeau doing such a good job of just keeping control in this 2v3, but 3Z Breezy finally going to free it, but it gets sent right back with a strike shot. 3Z Breezy just bounces around the goal. The Luna ult, and then, the Molten Bolt from Jakar going to sink it in after the beautiful corner shot by Grimella, pumping it up and setting up the shot there. Bring it up 1-2.
Yeah, incredible patience on that. Like, just able to wait for the perfect moment and then fire off that ultimate and find the angle there. Buying your time, waiting for to get around your opponents.
Yeah, and they're going to take another break. They have the momentum right now, but Nicky Middleton is going to try and use Zentaro to stop that. Grimella playing wonderful midfield here, though. Sort of that second goalie when you need it and the second forward when you need it, not being too much in 2 places at once. Just right where you need it and no longer not getting away anywhere. Going to be banished there, potentially set up for a kill. Very low around the black hole, but he's going to go up to the top side of the map to get that healing orb, blocked off by the barricade. 3Z and Nicky Middleton taking a ton of damage from the black hole, and that is going to be Nicky Middleton getting killed. Really well done there. The anomalies from Flambeau have been on point, though. The strike shot misses from Maple Leaf, but the Drakkar shotgun is a little too early. That Mako second, you just have to hold down so well. Strike shot from Asher, going to keep it forward, passing up to 3Z Breezy. A full team play there, using everyone on the team to be able to force it through, and they're going to need to keep doing that because Longhorn Gaming is putting up a fight.
Yeah, UCLA just being able to navigate the opponent's Zen ult and use it in their favor there, because usually when Zen is ulting, you're kind of stalling the core and hoping that your team can adapt to the situation better than the opponents, but UCLA just right on top of it, able to use the Zen ultimate for their own scoring potential.
Really sad here seeing 3 sparks at once: Spark of Leadership, Spark of Strength, and Spark of Resilience. It means that you will get no more than 3 sparks total if you get the remaining 2 that are in the pool. So 3 sparks is still good, but it's not as great as it could be, so a little sad seeing that in the first set. So not going to be as much of a sparks game, but Unstoppable going the way of the Asher just to try and minimize some of the shenanigans that can happen here. The Nicky Middleton ult.
Triple banish.
Yeah, that triple banish. Just hit it, putting the game on pause, letting them take the bottom barricade. These anomalies able to keep the core on the side of the field for a little bit longer, but it unfortunately bounces back over Maple Leaf. Grimella is passing on the bottom, uses a shotgun to bounce it off the wall and into the barricade there. Maple Leaf was not expecting that, a little bit too far ahead. And the accidental black hole there. Flambeau with the sorry hit it into the black hole, which ricocheted into the barrier. Grimella's looking very low, but is still fighting, trying to keep it forward to 3Z Breezy, who's on that 4. Luna is able to get the dash strike redirect right into the top of the goal there. Maple Leaf just a fraction of an inch too low there. So that is going to be 1 set, 1 point up for UCLA. Game for Longhorn.
We do see a bit of an interesting draft coming out there, because as you mentioned, like a lot of the sparks are gone, but we're also seeing like the interaction between Happy Star and Scared Man, extra special and specialized training. Flambeau having to deny a specialized training from the Luna who already had extra special.
And Rocket finds did not like that deny, apparently. Just gonna kill him for it.
Yeah, got revenge for it.
And these Luna ults, even without that specialized training, still just hit so hard. Not hard enough to kill, but enough to really chunk you down and get you with surprise rocket. Balix missed the dash, goes too far afield, and Nicky Middleton can just really capitalize on that. But unfortunately, the Zentaro dash not able to secure that core there. Molten Bolt hitting everybody almost on one gaming in the core. And the banish on the core going to hit the black hole there. Goes through it. I have never seen that interaction before. That is actually hilarious. Now someone has to be the one to trigger the black hole. Grimella with the tech. The dash
Yeah, able to
through black
elusive
hole
out of the
strike.
explosion. What an interesting sequence that happened there.
So if you banish the core and it hits the black hole, the game does not like that. Fair enough. But there we go, Flambeau taking care of it. No more of that interaction here. Ooh, the red core in this overtime you're talking about earlier, it's going so fast. Even the dribbles are almost impossible. Ooh, Nicky Middleton just... Okay, is able to clear up there with dash and the strike, but was a pixel on that bottom corner, which shot it back up to the Asher. So took a little bit more effort than was expecting, but did get the goal in the end for Longhorn game.
Another huge pickup from that draft was Nicky Middleton being able to find the explosive entrance, arguably the best awakening on Zentaro. Banish also forcing out a flip from Freezy there, and then the secondary saving the top barrier. Elusiving the Molten Bolt, Flambeau playing for life, while Nicky Middleton just kind of wins in the opponent's half of the map.
Yeah, it's that dash range you were talking about. Explosive entrance is so good on Zentaro. It's the impact, but it's also that dash range is so important to be able to do so many things with Zentaro. And that's 3Z Breezy getting another kill on Flambeau here. Looking to turn this into a full-on kill comp. Balik's going to be able to hit the strike shot there. Ricochet off the black hole up to Grimella, but Nicky Middleton's going to be the one to handle it. Balik's able to clear it out, but right into the hands of Mr. Flambeau. Misses the banish. Passes down to Nicky Middleton, but the Molten Bolt interception there, Balix is going to be able to potentially defend that. There we go, Grimella's helping, and 3Z Breezy on top. Core flip is denied. Luna ult is going to shoot it back to goal there. The ult from Zentaro trips it up and shoots it to the bottom, and Balix is not able to get there in time. Grimella's also
able to find the corner angle.
That unfortunate Luna ult backwards there, and then the really weird angle on the Zentaro ult, able to ricochet it down to the bottom, just right in between Balix and Grimella. Well played.
Yeah, and Cage coming out there, making sure that the Luna ultimate doesn't like come out at a weird angle, just making sure that you know exactly where it is. Looks like an attempt for the double barrier there, unable to find both, and in fact comes out as a trade. And 3Z just consistently able to pick off Flambeau and leave Nicky Middleton to just kind of hold against the world here, while Maple just tries to not let them score until we get a respawn from Flambeau.
Great use there of Nicky Middleton, bite out Zentaro, using the elusive of it. Grimella actually dies on the bottom side of the map, so it's 3Z Breezy now in the 2v3. Can potentially try and get a kill to even up. They're just going to try and hang on here. Balix's primary now be able to core, and Nicky Middleton primary there on Zentaro, going to be able to just sink it right through the Asher. Again, it's a really powerful ability, that one for sinking through people. You hit them and the core at the same time. A similar way to Estelle. And, ooh, beautiful ricochet there, just keeping it tied up in that corner, not able to clear it. Grimella putting it up, and then 3Z Breezy just being in their face with the dash, with the strike, with the rocket, just using everything in the kit to get that. So it's tied up 2-2.
Yeah. I counted 4 independent core hits there. That's very difficult to save against when you have a Rocket Child coming in at Mach 9, and you also have Drek with a shotgun strike, shotgun combo. It's very difficult to deal with all of that pressure when like these two characters can just collapse so efficiently on you.
And you can see they're just 3Z and Grimella, just experts at this sort of stuffing mechanic of just getting it through somebody there, using the abilities at the perfect time, the perfect predictions. The Luna ult is not able to sink it in the goal, but it's going to make it really fast and really uncomfortable for goalie there. And the Asher ultimate there, going to keep it there as well with the Molten Bolt missing the core, but hitting Flambeau, I believe. And I think it was the strike and shotgun enough to get it through there. Because I didn't.
Yeah, a couple of just really a couple of just really unfortunate bounces, just always on the edge, barely outside of Flambeau's strike range, unable to get a good touch there, and just kind of left in the mix of an Asher ult and a Drekar who just picks up quick strikes, going to become a midfield menace now.
Yeah, so many good awakenings here. You have quick strike on Drekar is amazing there, as you were saying. The hot shot on Luna is decent, but it's also a really good deny onto that rune, who just uses it so well. Twin drives in Taro, we were talking about dashes already, really good. The built different on the Asher is really nice, and then the aerials on Maple Leaf just to get a little bit more range with the strike shot in the primary. Usually size is one of the better awakenings, but a little bit of projectile range on a map this big can also go a really long way, literally, into securing those goals.
Good neutral play coming out here from Longhorn, able to just find the core to each other and make sure that like the possession stays on their team. Unfortunate strike war there for 3Z, finds a barrier.
Yep, now it's 2 barriers to 1. This is again 2 sets to 0. So this is potentially the last set, and we go to game 3, but not easily, though. Nicky Millen really putting up a fight there. So many hits, but just was slightly off on one of them, but it's gonna be fine in the end. Mr. Flambeau on that midfield, passing it up to Zintaro. Just great play there. You have your forward in the goalie box, just hitting it in, and then you have your midfield backing you up. If they ever clear it away, you know that Rune's gonna get it.
Yeah, Mr. Flambeau has been finding just some really nice angles to get it right to Nicky Millen. Some super solid midfielding coming out here. Banish able to kind of force it into that corner and find one barrier. Looks like Millen finding the pass. They've kind of switched roles here, but it works out here because Mr. Flambeau is able to find a strike war into that barrier. Unfortunately, Nicky Millen does die there. Flip saves one barrier. Flip economy is looking greatly in the favor of UCLA here. Looking to deny the double. Greeted a little bit there.
But almost hit the double in the end anyways with the slow core there. You have Easy Breezy up the top there now with the core. Flambeau's Anomaly is going to keep it in there, and the Banish is going to keep Grimella out of the field. But so far, the core is still out of goals. We're almost into overtime now, just another 10 seconds for it. Flambeau's got the core now dribbling up. Grimella steals the dribble. The Luna ult comes out. Really weird bounce in the corner there, but almost is a perfect setup for Grimella, but Maple Leaf is on top of these things. But the dash strike there with the red core, we are now in overtime as well, so more red cores expected. And we have a core flip out of Alex, has to be used there.
And the TP.
And the black hole hitting Grimella there. Grimella very low potential kill here and is dead now. And that is a Luna ult, can hit it backwards into the goal. Dash is off of the core. Hits Flambeau, but
beautiful
not the core,
passes.
and that sets it up for Nicky Millen. And unfortunately, Rune can teleport, but Asher cannot. Has the dash, but it's usually not long enough to cover a lot of the situations, even if you do have it, so really well played there by Flambeau. Just the pass down to Nicky Millen, no greed there in this midfield, just setting it up for the forwarder, knowing that the Zintaro is just so good at shoving through.
Yeah, almost finding that double there. Printing a flip there with those pillar redirects in the corner. TP able to save the top barrier there. It's just about finding the opportunity here to get this to your brawler who has flipped here to look for the barrier. Flambeau having to retreat and find the orb. Burning the flip because they can't die to that Luna ult. Unlucky.
Yeah, I mean, death is a 15-second stun there, and you can't really afford that in a game like this. They can really capitalize. Whichever team gets a kill can really capitalize on it, as they have shown. And so Grimella has to dodge as well. Thankfully, doesn't have the core, but doesn't waste the entire bar of energy, but it's still quite the tax. Strike shots being used, primary as well from Valex. Has the core, just going to hold it for a half second there to try and clear it a little bit better. Grimella able to shotgun it back and forth with the Maple Leaf on the goalie. Thankfully, the core does not go past Maple Leaf. Freezy Breezy is able to catch the core at the top of the map. Shoots a rocket right into Flambeau there. He is very low on health now. Has the rocket, one sliver of health for the stagger, but advantage onto Rune. He's going to free him up for a second. Gets the core at the top, and Grimella's down at the bottom. Red core's out of the field. Valex is going to use the core flip there just to clear it faster. Nicky Millen has the core on the bottom, uses the ult, but a red core is going to send it right to the black hole. Flambeau just dribbling it up the top. Nicky Millen's primary missing. The Luna ult is going to hit Maple Leaf with the core into the top corner. It's going back and forth, and finally 3Z Breezy able to find that last barricade for UCLA. But a pass back and forth. Strike shot from Valex is not able to secure it in there, but it's going to the top. Maple Leaf strike shot is just a second behind. Unfortunate there.
Yeah, what a chaotic point. We saw Grimella just able to live for so long, distracting Nicky Millen, able to just waste a lot of their utility, so that when they eventually did die, there just wasn't enough pressure to get a point out of it. And then as soon as pink cores were coming out, it was just a matter of control, and KO found right there.
Yeah. You can see here that it definitely appears that UCLA is playing the kill comp better, and I think a lot of it is just because, as you were saying, Grimella is just so good at staying alive. Because they're both doing a lot of damage back and forth and hitting a lot of abilities, but Grimella's just seems to have infinite energy there to dodge. Yeah. The fact that the UCLA barricade is up here is almost a crime, and Valex is the culprit there, just keeping alive for so long. But the Mako Prison is going to keep it in the corner. Corporal Bata Grimella is going to save it, send it all the way across. The strike shot is enough to save it, but Freezy is firing back. Use the ult, does not hit the core there. Nicky Millen dashing up to the top, passing it down to Grimella there, but also Grimella's looking pretty low here now. But picks up the orb and is fine again. Core flip right in front of the barricade isn't even enough to get it with Grimella and Valex on the field. Grimella's looking very low, picks up the orb, still staggered, but that is a barricade going down in favor of UCLA. It is now 1-0 barricades. Another kill goes down, this time onto Grimella, pass down. Oh! That was Zintaro killed out of it. And that doesn't hit the barricade either! This barricade,
yeah, this barrier being alive,
it seems. Like, this barricade, I dub it Neo. It has just dodged every single course somehow, even they're 1 pixel away, able to last long enough for threes to get that dash into the final goal there. Well played there by UCLA. I don't know how Alex and Grimella did that, but that was incredible defense.
Just a complete cluster of abilities going up in the top right there, able to find a trade of barriers there, top one for each team. Now it's about converting for the second one, because the second one's always the one that matters. You can still win a point with 1 barrier up. Not the end of the world to lose 1. But that second one, that's what starts to make you vulnerable. And the second one goes down to Longhorn.
3Z is just so good at these dash strikes through people. It's like they're not even there. He hits the person with the stun and strikes through them. There's not a whole lot you can do about that. Ramel looking very low, but was in the corner, so didn't die. Has a lot of energy. Black Hole's just going to hit Nicky Middle and Flambeau there. Bit of friendly fire there, not even hitting anybody on UCLA. The Ashrold is going to force it away. Nicky Lindeland is dashing into the middle of the enemy team on very low HP and is potentially going to pay for it, but no, just a distraction. Flambeau gets the barrier, and now it is open barriers one side, tied up 2-2. So this is potentially the set. Nicky Lindeland's ult is going to whip, unfortunately. Goes back across, Molten Bolt hits, but so does the cage onto Grimella, who is stuck inside of there. Core flip out, but that is a dead Nicky Lindeland.
Ooh.
That is a core flip through the top side of the map. And that is a game.
We're going to game 3.
And that is, so game 1, which we unfortunately weren't able to witness, was 1 point for UCLA and a sweep in sets for Longhorn Gaming. The other way around now, pretty much. But still 5 goals for Longhorn Gaming. So pretty good for them. You can see there is a bit of a difference in the damage, but it's not actually that much. 3Z and Nicky Middleland fairly even in the damage. Balix and Grimella actually doing most of the damage difference there. And that's on your goalie and your midfield, who aren't usually as much the kill pressure, so they were more just setting it up, and you can see the 6 KOs on 3Z Breezy there. Just so much damage coming out from the midfield and the goalie, which I wasn't really expecting, but it makes sense. You set up the enemy that's brawling you in the goalie box, and then your brawler comes back, finds them at an inopportune angle, and is just there with any of one of Luna's crazy knockback abilities to just send you right off the map. So well played by both teams, but a better kill comp in the end from UCLA. So.
Yeah. We absolutely just saw, like, red team was able to utilize the black hole a lot more efficiently for their damage, and Grimella just able to not die, which was a huge thing. Just able to live on low health for such a long time, baiting out cooldowns and making sure that, like, the utility that Longhorn had just couldn't be used in terms of getting a goal.
Yeah.
There were so many times where Grimella was at very, very low health and then able to just keep on going. And this interaction right here was something else for sure. Grimella able to dig it out without popping center.
Yeah, really weird interaction there. That right there was almost heartbreaking for Longhorn Gaming. You could see that it hit the corner instead of going along the bottom, but in the end, Nicky Middleland's able to get a core flip into the goal. And that right there, yeah, so many different interactions, but 3Z Breezy somehow winning them all there and just so good there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there, yeah, the Molten Bolt hits the rune, which stuns him, so he can't actually defend. And it's just one of those things where if you control the players, you don't have to control the core. At the end of the day, the core is still the objective, but if you can keep the enemies from touching the objective, then that's all that matters. And so you can see the Zentaro is tied up trying to brawl the Asher and ends up losing most of his health or even dying in the process so many different times. And so even when it gets past the enemy forward, you have to contend with so many different distractions and getting stunned by enemy abilities. You can't even hit the core. So then going with the Dubu goalie here and Kazan and Rune, potentially the Luna ban coming out. After that last game, I completely rate that one. We might even see something like a specialized training coming out here if it's these 3 champions and they're banning Luna. We will see in a little bit. The Mako ban coming out as well, fair. Maple was really holding it down the Mako so many times. That game would have been a lot shorter without Mako in it, so well played there. The Dubu mirror, because of course we are on the previous patch, 3.3, so there are mirror matches allowed, no snake draft, no nothing like that. So the Dubu mirror match, potentially goalie, potentially not Dubu forward, is quite fun as well. You can see that coming out. But the now Asher Dubu versus the Kazan, the Dubu, and I forgot the character because we're on the spectator screen. It says Juliet, but I know it's not Juliet. Rune. Because I remember
Yeah. This is this is one of the maps that makes Rune Forward actually look like a pretty solid pick. It's generally considered a weaker option, but this is one of the maps that you can really make it work. And we do see the Dubu Forward, one of the hallmarks of a previous patch on Tycho, is just the ability to stuff a wall in your opponent's corner as a creation. And first point comes out real rapid fire from Flambeau.
What an unfortunate goal there, that sort of weird angle. Not quite the demon angle, it's right in the corner, but just off of it so it ricochets and then goes straight down right around Balix there. The now secondary is actually a really nice start there, but not able to secure it. That core went around the Rune anomaly there, really surprising. Didn't look like
I feel that pain.
Yeah, that is just kind of the Rune pain in general. There Atlas as well with his secondary. You won't think there's a gap, and suddenly there is. A great sort of back and forth here this time. The 3Z Breezy with the just all of the Dubu abilities, able to use so many different times to stop the core, keep it in that corner. Has the core now, but also low on health, so potential kill angle. It's going to be freed from that corner at long last. Flambeau gets knocked up a little bit by the Asher ult. Yep, double banish as well, but unfortunately not able to secure too much there. Here we go. Strike shot out of Alex and to keep it on the side of the field. The core flip parry from 3Z fails. Yeah. So it just goes right past him there, unfortunately. But go ahead, sorry.
Pressure on Longhorn side. Oh, flip, waits out. Nicky Middleton unable to capitalize off of Alex's flip. In fact, they lose enough pressure to lose their last barrier. And now we're in overtime. Core speed is going to become the deciding factor here. These drums get really unpredictable once the core speed comes out. Flip comes. Flop able to stop that from going in. Pink core off of a pillar. Flambeau finds the first or the second goal of the set one.
Yeah, that was really well played by Flambeau as well. Saw the strike shot incoming and he uses the barrier to stop that from happening, but far enough back that the strike shot hits it first. So just perfect timing by Flambeau there. And as a goalie, you don't really expect the strike shot to miss like that. And that's sort of Rune's biggest thing on offense, is that you can never really quite know where his pillars are coming in. So you have to really predict and be inside the Rune's head rather than actually respond to it. Corv going to secure one barricade, fine trade there. We have the now primary there, countered by the Dubu secondary, little roll there. Passing up to Flambeau there, after to get the barrier. Carmella dribbling into the drums there, use the secondary to try and dribble around 2-3 but it gets intercepted. We now have the core going red for just a second, and it passes up to Nicky Middleton, who's able to get the barricade. Core flip kills the Asher, a KO flip into the goal, and that is 3 points there in basically record time. Tied up 1-1 in games and now up 1 in sets, and so far in this series, everyone who has taken a set has won the game. The losing team has not gotten a set this game a single time. So
super important that Mr. Flambeau. It's super important that Mr. Flambeau got first pick here, because they're able to deny this Monumentalist. That's a game-losing awakening if it comes onto now. Definitely very important that we were able to see that Longhorn's able to get a creation character in front of the now in this draft, and that's honestly a win condition that's just out of the hands of UCLA here.
Yeah, and also Monumentalist Rune is also really good on this map, especially because you can just block off the sides, block off the middle, above and below the drums if you need to. So you can really do a lot. I think you need Timeless as well to get the full block, but it's still a pretty powerful thing there. And 3Z Breezy already having the recovery drone proc there is unfortunate to say the least. 9 seconds into a round, into a set nonetheless.
Oh, crazy secondary save coming out from Rune.
And Rune has really been on top of this sort of second goalieing, making sure that the barriers stay alive, and also being forward enough to do that. Ooh, Maple Leaf a little too far forward. Roll is not enough to get back there in time. The now arrow is going to shoot it up and around, but the anomaly is going to send it back. And that is Grimella almost dying there to the Kazan primary in his open 4. And that is 3Z
great stun from
the little Dubu dribble tech there, strike into roll into strike again. So well played there, and sort of trips him up because they expect
able
to
just mix up timing. Just mixing up timing makes it very difficult to defend against when you don't know when the core is stunned, when the core is actually free, when the strike is up for your opponent. It puts you into a guessing game, and sometimes you just lose those.
Yeah. And that is what it takes a lot of the times to get to these high-level goalies, is just sort of playing out that mental game, because you won't necessarily win in a straight-up game. Ooh, that Dubu particle accelerator there, bouncing around all inside of itself, but not able to actually get the barrier. Really unfortunate how that broke up there. 3Z Breezy does have the core flip, so does Grimella. Neither going to be used just yet. They're going to hold on to it as long as possible. That is a kill going down to the Kazan. Not what you want to see for Longhorn Gaming, because it's supposed to be the other way around. Maple Leaf missing the core flip there, but does hit Breezy Breezy with a little stun. Great defense so
Great
far.
vertical
Breezy
clear
Breezy
there.
gets banished, can't core flip, but a great barrier there from Grimella. And 3Z Breezy, no core flip necessary, just going to send it into goal there. Little unfortunate there, Flambeau actually using the anomaly on top of Maple Leaf. Usually you want to put that on the other side so that can cover the area the goalie isn't in. So a bit of miscommunication there on the positioning, but is what it is. Corflip coming out of Flambeau, bounces around the drum, but not able to secure it, and that is a now primary, just going to accelerate into the barricade there, but Maple Leaf able to get back in time to protect the second one. These rune anomalies are really great, but backfiring a little bit sometimes when it's on your side of the field. You can't clear it around. But Flambeau gonna keep putting that forward pressure, is really low on health, so close to death, but does have that stagger swagger, which is gonna keep him alive and in the game for a while. And Breezy Breezy gonna use the core now finally and just waits for it to finish up, and that is gonna be 1 to 1 set. No sweeps this time. Well, a sweep in the set actually, 3-0. But no set sweeps here. Both teams getting it. We're in for at least 4 sets here, and that is a spark of leadership potentially going to that blue Dubu in Maple Leaf if it doesn't get denied by 3Z here. But 3Z also has the options of Fighter, Flight, Timeless Creator, Extra Special, Rapid Fire, Quick Strike, Blast Cannon, and Spark of Agility, all really good.
Just everything you could ever want here.
But that is a Timeless going to now, which is really good. Denies the rune as well, but he gets to pick up Rapid Fire in exchange, so it's like you denied him one thing, yeah, it's really good, but also he gets more pillars now. So quantity versus quality.
With Monumentalist, yeah, with Monumentalist gone, now really just cares about getting a little bit of size on those bombs. So like any little bit helps. So it's a good pickup for now, as well as a great deny for rune, because just double stacking that size could be detrimental. Able to find a kill with the Monumentalist.
The 10-second recovery drone on Breezy Breezy is becoming to be a bit of a pattern. He doesn't tend to die aside from that, so it didn't matter in the last set. But kind of funny that both times within 10 seconds that's going down. Ooh, finally!
Yeah, particle accelerator.
Particle accelerator. It goes strong there that time. He does get the barrier. Valex is able to get that save around, is able to clear it finally past that Kazan was there for so long, and that's passed right up the Breezy Breezy, sinks it in. Wonderfully done. Flashing the Sad Boys logo there with Grimella. They're having a blast with the game. Even a thumbs up from Flambeau being a good sport. And they're making it a game. Yeah, another thing as well to say about the now primary. Oh, barricade goes down around there, and a double banish from Flambeau. As soon as I try to start speaking anything color, the world happens, and that's a kill on a Flambeau as well. Alex playing up there, trying to leverage that 2v3 a little bit more, the power play. The now arrow is great, but not able to secure it. The bounce off the drum was crazy, but a Maple Leaf secondary clears it for just a second longer. Has the Corvum, is going to be forced to use it here. 3Z misses the counter flip, and as Balax going to hit it up to the top side with the secondary. Grimella is there, has Corvum, so does Balax. They might have to use them here to clear it out because Kazan and Rune are just so strong, but a secondary from now is going to do the trick. 3Z Breezy playing with him in front of the goal, but a little bit too much playing, too many mind games, not able to secure it in there. Grimella, banish onto
and there's
3Z,
the kill.
and he's dead. But a Corvum in front of the goal is not gonna matter. That kill was great.
UCLA is
good momentum. Go for it.
Yeah, UCLA has been on top of using these flips for like just being able to get confirms off of them, being able to find kills with them, and being able to like save their energy so they can actually get them more effectively and more often. We're seeing like just a lot of really great energy management coming out from UCLA here, and it's clearly showing because they're having times where they have 3 flips and Longhorn just has them on. Particle accelerator coming out there, able to find the barrier. Pillar does not save it, and that's the point
but it's going to take it
for UCLA.
Well played by 3Z there. The bounce on the Dubu walls have been a little bit scuffed today with the way the barriers have been breaking up. But that's a team player. He also has the option to deny the Spark of Focus because that is now a 2 Spark with Spark of Leadership Dubu that would be really bad for the enemy team to get. But he's going to take the knife set. He's going for the kill. And that's a Spark of, I believe that now is Spark of, I think in the first set it was Spark of Strength, Spark of Leadership, and Spark of Focus now on that Dubu. Yeah. No team player pickup, so they're playing more the kill comp than the control comp. They don't worry about passes as much as making sure that there's no enemy to for them to pass it to. But a hot shot on the now denies the rune and lets him pick up Siege Machine, but is still a really good pickup there for now herself as well.
Yeah, with that little bit of duration on Siege Machine coming out for Rune, it's kind of like a Timeless at home. Fantastic banish that allows for a double barrier there. And there's the
that
10
again.
second
3Z with a
10
10 second
recovery
drone.
drone.
It's been working well so far. Both the last sets were sweeps, so maybe that's the secret tech.
Yeah, Flambeau able to move up and find the clear. Oh,
Alex
Pillar
able to dash
finding an
down
angle
there.
there.
Was going to go. Really good save there. Banish out of Rune onto the Dubu there. And with the the dodge straight out of the Banish is really good. Alex is now kind of in a 2v1 here. Grimella's finally showing up there. Was brawling a little bit in the midfield. Had to pull back. Strike shot misses, but the dash is able to secure that. Alex was so close on that. The 3Z log right into the wall actually really saved that. From going too far past, but Maple Leaf playing super far forward. The arrow was a little bit backwards, which is unfortunate. The hook out of the Kazan is going to get mitigated by the corporal from Balix, and 3Z Breezy able to secure it. Grimella trying so much, has so many arrows, so
Maples
many things.
getting these saves, particle accelerator with a pillar in it on the Banish core. Both barriers down for both teams. Flip comes out past Nicky Middleton, and then they dunk it through Balix. Bell curve hit at the goalie.
Yeah. Hit at the goalie, indeed. They never expected. Really well played there. I mean, the Banish as well from Flambeau, though, hitting 2 people and a red core. That was so well done by them. So much momentum. And that's 3Z going down again. Now the 10-second recovery drone is really coming back to bite him there. Nicky Middleton with a great bounce off the center into the double barricade there. The anomaly finishes a little bit too early, and Grimella with the secondary is able to secure that. Doesn't get too much, but it does buy time, which is one of the most important things here. 3Z does come back. He's very low on health again. He's going to die off of
3Z.
Nicky Middleton is just farming 3Z here. Really didn't like being brawled in that previous round. The Nero's going to hit it up and around, buys more time, tries to just wait for 3Z to get back, and Nicky Middleton almost getting it through with that Kazan primary. 3Z Breezy misses the strike there. Everybody's running up on the top, just a little group of people all about the same speed trying to get to it first. Grimella with a great triple there, and 3Z goes down again.
3Z just cannot seem to live. That's just really unlucky spacing for the Kazan to just be able to find these picks near the edge.
Yeah, and that is the way to counter Dubu forward. He's big, but he's also squishy. He can't really do as much. I think in the 4.0 patch, it's a little bit different now. He is fat, but he also has the staggered magic now. So it's not quite as much the counter, but it is still a little bit great. One barricade goes down to Longhorn Gaming, though. 3Z Breezy's log is going to hit a person instead of a core, and the hook from Nicky Miller is going to keep it engaged for a little bit longer, just going back and forth in the midfield. But Maple Leaf almost ricochets it backwards with his own wall, but manages to save it. This barricade is still alive. The double banish from
triple banish. Flip denies the double barrier, but still able to get one off of that. Still great value here. Flop comes down, able to find clears so far. Pillar there just in case. The TP gets the clear out, looking to make some corner pressure here. Finds a demon angle into the back end of the barrier. Tried for the flip parry, unable to find it.
That is a core flip out of Flambeau is denied, but the hook from Nicky Middleton is going to make sure that anything that Balix hits out goes right back into goal. So well played there, and we can see the beginnings of this kill comp really forming for Longhorn Gaming. Kazan, he started with the specialized training, and now he's really putting it to good use. Has the option for 1-2 punch, has the option for prime time. Really good awakenings. Even Demo and Built Different are really nice size awakenings on the Kazan, but he's going to go for the 1-2 punch. The now has the option of cast to last, missile prop, primetime denies the primetime rapid fire Abyss onto Rune. Really well played there, keeping track of the enemy awakenings to deny that. Twin drive on Rune is still pretty good, but it's not quite the rapid fire primetime. Built diff going the way of Asher, just size on Asher is really good. And a missile prop for the defensive Dubu, making sure that he can have a little bit more forward pressure with the strike shot, with the log, with the ult, is also really nice. I think it was a demo going to 3Z.
UCLA just picked up 2 side strings. They're going to be a little bit bigger. Missile prop kind of messing with Flambeau there, unable to walk through it. Saves coming out from Longhorn here. Flambeau finding the first barrier with a TP play. Yeah, that size is coming in clutch there for 3Z, just able to win these strike wars more. Yeah, and also able to live more than the 10 seconds to not get the 10-second recovery drone there that time. So good play there, just staying alive, and staying alive can never be underestimated. Oh, there we go. As soon as I say something, I cast or curse it. The 30-second drone instead of the 10-second drone. Triple banish, but also hits the core, but does manage to get the barricade in the end. Able to find the barrier.
Mel and Breezy looking very low. Kazan looking to say the bigger they are, the harder they fall, as 3Z is just so low, taking so much damage. The core is just kept in the top corner. The dual particle accelerator is mitigated by the anomaly there, but ooh, Flambo hits it right into the now arrow there. Unfortunately, I guess just didn't see it. Or maybe expected it to go away or something sooner. Unfortunate there. And ooh, Nikki Middleton with the ultimate there. I believe that was an ult into strike as well, just to make sure that it did go through the Asher there if she had any last tricks. But I think just the ult was enough to send it in there to red core just lightning fast. Great
moving into neutral here.
Go for it.
Yeah, Nikki Middleton coming out with the midfield flip, looking for a top barricade there. Able to keep it in the corner here. Timeless Creator at home, denying that at clear avenue. Able to find pressure, switching now to bottom side. These pillars just keeping it forward. The twin drive just allowing for more secondaries to come out from Rune. And the pillar saves it there. Able to keep that top barrier alive. Finding the kill on 3Z. Flambo TPing down. Moving into open space. Pillar finding it. Blocking off that avenue. Now Arrow picking up the core there, but still able to be defended by Maple. He's holding this very well. Flambo printing another flip. And that's another kill on 3Z. Flip comes out. Pass to Middleton. Playing off this Tycho drum.
Great save there by Valix, getting that last second strike on the red core out of nowhere. The banish from Flambo is great onto the now. Keeps her out of the game, but 3Z's back. How long is going to live here? Gramella's looking to keep alive for a little bit longer with the health off of the orb. The core flip out of... Ooh, shoots it to the bottom, but Maple Leaf is on top of that. Not going to fall for that trick today. The Dubu wall from 3Z Breezy just going to keep it out of the goal because it was hit through. Valix is going to keep it out of the goal for now. The hook from Nikki Middleton is good, but not enough. Gramella's there on the top side to cover the 50-50, and 3Z Breezy is looking to send the bottom with the log, misses the log, and Maple Leaf is able to secure it there from the bottom there. Almost got the fake out on, but not quite. 3Z gets hit by the log into the banish, misses the core entirely because of that, and Nikki Middleton again in front of the goal has the core flip from Valix, not able to secure it. The anomalies are just too good. The log is really good, but Maple Leaf dodges up, thinks it's going up, and then it goes down right to where he just was, where he could have saved it with just a strike, let alone that core flip, and that is going to be UCLA tying it up with Longhorn Gaming. 1-1 games, 1-1 score, 2-2 sets. Just neck and neck, but 3Z Breezy is still getting killed. So much damage on him from Nikki Middleton. The anomaly saves 3Z there. Unfortunate. The anomaly giveth, the anomaly taketh away there. The Astral is going to keep it in that corner, just buy some time. The
double
triple banish, 2 people in the core. Dubu particle accelerator this time not working in favor of 3Z as he dies as well for that. And Grimella is able to secure it, misses the flip because Maple Leaf was just a little bit faster. And Grimella is just trying to keep it on the enemy side of the map, trying to fight this 2v3.
What a pass.
3Z's back, dodges up and misses. The Blavo Cheer is there as well. He's in high spirits. He's trying to hold on. And Valix is doing a pretty good job of it. Ooh, but the strike shot!
Finds the angle.
So unfortunate there. Really good shot by Nikki Middleton, and Valix was a little too fast on the strike shot. By just maybe 1/10 of a second there, it just went beyond the core. Good secondary from Grimella is going to send it to the other side of the field there. The banish does a lot of damage, but damage on now doesn't mean as much with the orb, but it does mean that he can't heal 3Z, who's looking to potentially die. He does just get out of there with a little bit of dash. The Asher primary is really good there in front of the enemy goal, and this is potentially game match point, but no! It is now tied up 2-2-2-2 in the 1-1 games with great team play by Grimella and 3Z to sink it in the bottom there with all of that force.
It's coming down to the wire here. This has been an incredibly close game from both of these teams. Just incredible team play off of each other. Some very tight saves. Creations coming in clutch for both teams here. These pillars are being extremely obnoxious for UCLA to deal with, and these now options and Dubu walls are just denying everything. And that's 2 barriers for UCLA here, moving into 30 seconds into this round.
And 3Z do it. He's in front of the goal. He has the core. He has the... Yeah, he's not going to do it again. Maple Leaf is onto him. He doesn't get the secondary into strike combo this time, but the Asher forward pushes it forward. The anomaly is not going to be able to secure too long, so it goes away. 3Z Breezy stunned. That's 2 Dubus down! Every Dubu is dead. The goalie is dead for Longhorn Gaming. Can they hold on? Valix goes for it. Has the barricade. Has the leeway to do that. the Grimella dodges the rune ult there, manages to stay alive, manages to dodge the stomp as Gon gets a barricade, has the Corpus potentially going to get the double barricade, but now arrows backwards, he's going to buy some time so that Valix can get back and strike it. Grimella's pushing it forward.
Overtime.
He's on the bottom. The bounce is crazy off these overtime drums. Breezy Breezy goes up, uses the log, but it misses, unfortunately. Nicky Middleton gonna hit it back to the wrong Dubu there. Corfu out of Valix is great, goes around the anomaly, but when it's back up to Flambeau, he's just cycling around the map here, back and forth, back and forth. 3 in front of the goal again, gets banished by Flambeau. Red Cord just off of a strike there, and that's both barricades going down. The momentum is in favor of Longhorn Gaming. 3 is gonna use the ult, but it's gonna miss just a little bit. The anomaly is so good, keeps the corner cleared. And 3 Breezy passes it down, buys a little bit more time, strikes up to the top, and that is Maple Leaf failing to get the roll just in time. Really good, and I think that was an anomaly as well from Flambeau that hit it backwards at that off angle, was trying to save it. Unfortunate there from Flambeau, just a little bit too far away to get the perfect save, but really well played from both teams, giving us the 3 games. If only we had seen that game 1, would have been great, but we still got the 2 games out of them, and they were really good games. And of course, this one was a treat as well. 8 goals over
what an incredible match.
Longhorn Gaming, and 9 goals, just the one more necessary over to UCLA. And I believe
just
that actually
a casual 41k damage coming out of Nicky Middleton's Kazan here. 7 KOs. Not to mention all of the takes of the recovery drone that happened, but it's just unfortunately not enough.
Yeah. Ooh, what a game. That was, I'm almost speechless. That was so fun to watch and to see. But yeah, you were saying in the end, like, the damage from Kazan was great, but they weren't quite able to capitalize as well. There were so many times when Grimella was just holding it down in that 2v3, keeping it on the other side of the fields that, yeah, you killed the Dubu, you made it a 2v3, but you just couldn't quite get past until the Dubu's back. And yeah, he gets killed again pretty quick, and they made a lot of good points that way, but just 1 point short.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't get more down to the wire than that. You're in loser's bracket, set 5, 2-2, hitting overtime, your goalie dies, you're able to hold for the respawn, and it's just not quite enough. What a tragic loss there for Longhorn, but UCLA just played incredibly well, able to utilize their energy economy super efficiently, able to consistently get their flips into goals, even though, like, we had 3Z dying quite a bit. But yeah, just an incredible match that we just witnessed.
Yeah. Also, I believe with the 8 points to Longhorn Gaming, I think it was actually every single set except for the last one was a sweep. I think, because it was 9 points to, it's 9 points to win 3 sets, and then it is 9 points for Longhorn. They swept every single set they won to win the game, and then aside from the last set, I think Longhorn Gaming swept the first 2 sets that they took, and then, of course, 2 points in the final one. So a really back and forth game, but in a weird way. Because usually the back and forth game, it's, it's like 5 points every single set, but this was like sweep to sweep to sweep to sweep to a 5-point finish on like the absolute latest it could have gone, the 5th point, 5th set, 3rd match. So really just holding in there, and just kudos to the players for not being so crazily fatigued they couldn't even play the game after all 3 of these matches. So well played.
Yeah. Undeniably, congratulations to UCLA to making it to day 2, and it was a great effort that we saw from Longhorn here. Honestly, that was a treat to watch. That was one of the most interesting Tycho games I've seen in a while. So it was a pleasure to get to watch that one.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to watch. It's a pleasure to cast alongside you as well, and that also means that we get to see where everybody falls onto the bracket, to see who these teams. Because I mean, I want to see these teams again. So I want to see where these teams are on these brackets. So we see that it is Lakeland versus UT Dallas in the bottom there, and SLU versus George Mason up at the top. That is... Oh. There we go. So
there we go. Okay.
And then we also see Longhorn Gaming versus Fanshawe Fuel in the bottom there. I was like, how does this... Okay, there we go. Longhorn Gaming versus UCLA into the round 4 that we just cast. And then that. Cool. So, where do these brackets go next? I believe, well,
that's for tomorrow to find out. You guys are gonna have to tune back in.
Enough.
The day 1 That's it for us today. But tomorrow, it's going to be even more intense than what we witnessed here today. And that's saying something, because that was an incredible match that we just witnessed for just making it to day 2 in losers. Imagine what we're going to see tomorrow. Incredible teams. Everyone played fantastic. It's always a pleasure to watch some of these close sets where it's just back and forth.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing, and it's one of those things where it's like the more the better. Just keep giving us these long games and the back and forths. They are just so much fun to watch. So thank you to these teams for giving us a game. Thank you to production, everybody, for doing this. Thank you to Orion for casting alongside me here. And any last thoughts before we send it off?
Yeah, I think it was just a great organization that we got, that we were able to cast CCL on Odyssey Interactive's Twitch. Thank you again for letting us broadcast this event on your platform. But yeah, incredible day of Core Strike, so happy to send it off.
Right then. Well, we're at Ryan. We're sending it off now, so thank you all for coming out. Sony salute to all the players. Love you very much. It's a great community to be in. Thank you, and goodbye.